And here it is. It is here. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is. It is here. I am here. Hope you are. One man went to mow. That session that we usually have. The time has been somewhat moved back a bit, just to really accommodate as much of an audience as we can. So the session starts just about 10 or so minutes earlier than it usually starts, but there was sufficient enough notice, so you are hopefully here with us. The session has commenced indeed, and your company required. One man went to mow the eagle, and by the way, the opening music now we're reverting back to the care guides by popular demand. One man went to mow the eagle has landed.
Only water. Water. Only water. Where they see ma. Water. 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 Only water. Where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́díyà kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Bọ́bí màsà kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Chifu Fáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòdò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosonama ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there you have it, the potency that is the care guide. Iku koniri wa gbese igbala tiele he he he. So iku to koniri wa gbese, as guys I bring you this. AREGBESOLA cries foul as Oyetola takes early lead in Osun APC gubernatorial primaries. So we're going to be spending a lot of time on this during this session on this particular storyline because it's the one that dominates the headlines. That's part between AREGBESOLA and TINUBU, with Oyetola being the pause, not being the pause. I don't know what sort of a Freudian slip that was, with Oyetola being the pawn in the piece. So it looks as though what they say on the streets of Lagos continues to obtain. What they say on the streets of Lagos continues to obtain. Oga Namasta. AREGBESOLA cries foul as Oyetola takes early lead in Osun APC gubernatorial primaries. So we're going there and we're spending a lot of time there. So that is going to dominate a lot of, at least the readout, if not the conversations, if there's anyone here to have the discussions. Osun APC governorship primaries. Osun APC governorship primary lacks credibility, fairness, AREGBESOLA faction. So I'm yet to ever hear the news of an election or any sort of primaries or whatever that is conducted within the Nigerian space, and the loser takes the defeat in good grace. Goodluck Jonathan being the only exception. Any and every time anybody loses an election, it is unfair, it is rigging, and straight to court they go. Osun APC primaries, AREGBESOLA spanked at his home. So it looks as though this guy even lost in his own word. So a categorical and total humiliating defeat. Ogana Master, Osun APC primaries, AREGBESOLA spanked at his home. So we go there and see what's going on with that. Still with the same narrative, AREGBESOLA rejects outcome of Osun APC governorship primary, considers legal action. So that comes as no surprise because I just said I'm not even saying that, but I just said it just knowing the history of the Nigerian political space. The loser declares the election as the worst that has ever happened in the history of the country. Straight to court they go. The winner pays them off, and everything recycles. So the cycle again. Aregbesola rejects outcome of Osun APC governorship primary, considers legal action. So quite what his stake is in, what his stake is in that, I don't know, because he, of course, not on the ballot in either contention. So he has already served as the governor of the state. So quite what his gripe is, I'm not entirely sure. So plenty more Aregbesola storylines to go through, but I think we'll leave it there because that's plenty enough to get a full enough feel of what is going on there. So on to next and on to this. SERAP, other NGOs working to destabilize Nigeria. Lai Mohammed speaking, so that's the tone that they usually adopt. Just the precursor to this to declaring a space or an organization a terrorist organization and then accuse them of treason. So the treason letters to land on their doorstep are SIRAP, other NGOs working to destabilize Nigeria, a headline attributed to Lai Mohammed. So quite why he's saying that and what justifies that, shortly we'll find out. Pantami's professorship dodgy, inexplicable, FUTO alumni. So it looks as though the old students of that particular institution also shamed by this and recoiling from it and distancing themselves from it. Somebody that doesn't even know where the university is situated in, being given granted a professorship. Pantami's professorship dodgy, inexplicable, FUTO alumni. So quite what's led to that, we'll find out shortly. So Oshun, no, let me remove this one. So this is a deviation from traditional politics, but a politics of sorts. This is a woman whose name has been ricocheting through the Nigerian headlines for at least the last few months. I was never aware of her until recent times. So she landed on the space with a bombshell, and she continues to blow up the space. Any member of my church who goes for Big Brother will die. Controversial preacher, Mommy G.O. So there it is right there. So the punishment, they say the wages of sin is death. So the punishment for going to Big Brother, if you're an adherent or a follower of this element, is death. Any member of my church who goes for Big Brother will die. Controversial preacher, Mommy G.O. So quite what, why, and what for, all of that we find out just shortly. Presidency, TINUBU will use magic to fix Nigeria. Daddy speaking, SANWO, that's the headline that he's put out into the space. Presidency, TINUBU will use magic to fix Nigeria, a headline attributed to Daddy's boy, SANWO. So that there it is right there. Oh, and we land on this final one. Petition to make Oshibanjo run for president fails to garner 500 signatures in 24 hours. So it looks as though that Oshibanjo narrative is all bluster, no bang, because of course, if you cannot garner 500 signatures within a day and you are running for president, then you might as well put your checkbooks away and just let the money stay in the bank. All bluster, no bank. Petition to make Oshibanjo run for president fails to garner 500 signatures in 24 hours. So we land on that. That will be the final story to land on. And if you want to join live on screen, the hyperlink on the screen that says StreamYard. If you clicked on that, then just as soon as I've read out the talking points, I'll let you onto the screen and I'll sample your opinions on the matters in discussion, the matters up for discussion. So as you contemplate clicking on the hyperlink to come join live on screen, we're coming now via what seems to be popular demand, the Eastern Quarters. And by the way, don't contemplate clicking on the thumbs up button, the like button, because that is a crucial part of the of what propels the channel. So click on the like button, and then if you want to come on the screen, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard. So as you're doing the clickings, let me now entertain you with voices from the East, the sonnet voices, the dulcet tones of the Igbotics. Another Python dance.
Another Savior. Holy.
Sorry, I keep saying another Python dance. It's Holy Holy. So the Holy Holy song. Here it is.
Another Savior. Another Savior. Holy, 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 holy.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika yabika kwa namno. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. It's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Sing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting moving right and getting moving faster now. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting moving right, moving faster, never freedom. Is another Savior. Yeah, for freedom. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Another Savior. Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior. Another Savior. Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were were singing out, holy, 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 Olumego is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 Olumego is another Savior. Holy, 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 Olumego is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwanam no wow. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo.
And there you are. They are very stubborn in the East, you know. They are very stubborn in the East. Holy, 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 holy Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. They continue to insist in spite of everything. Pardon me. Holy, 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 holy Nnamdi Kanu is their other savior. As guys, I bring you this. AREGBESOLA cries foul as Oyetola takes early lead in Osun APC gubernatorial primaries. Nigeria's Minister of Interior, Rauf AREGBESOLA, and his supporters are claiming disenfranchisement at the gubernatorial primary elections of the All Progressive Congress APC in Osun State, as incumbent Governor Gboyega Oyetola takes the lead in the party's primary. Mr. AREGBESOLA's supporters, who are staunch loyalists of another governorship candidate, Moshood Adeoti, are insinuating that the voting exercise was manipulated in favor of Mr. Oyetola. They claimed Mr. Oyetola removed their names from the party register in a calculated attempt to disenfranchise them from voting against him. Many APC members were stranded across various wards, such as Ede Ilesha, Onya, Odo Itin, local government, Oshogbo, and other parts of the state after they were unable to find their names on the party register despite having their membership cards. This is shocking. We came here early in the morning, overjoyed and elated to be part of the process of electing our governorship candidate. We had gathered in our ward as early as possible for the exercise. Osun State APC Publicity Secretary Abiodun Agboola said. To our surprise, we did not find our names in the register. They pasted, "We have our membership cards with us, and we are duly registered as of last year. It is, however, a rude shock to us that our names are not here. This is a clear message that Governor Gboyega Oyetola and his men do not want us to vote for the candidate of our choice. Our leaders have been alleging that our names might not be in the membership register. We have found out that to be true. They do not want us, Adeoti supporters, to vote. This is sad and undemocratic. We are party men and we are being disenfranchised in our own party. This exercise is not free, fair, or credible." Meanwhile, Mr. Adeoti had on Friday alleged that the governor was plotting to retain his seat by all means necessary and was using his position as APC National Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee to keep the party register at the government house. So already the allegations of foul play is already in play. So it looks as though that space almost certain to implode. This is just what is almost a certainty that that place will implode, but how it implodes is what we don't yet know. So let me go on. So that was that, but still with that space. So we're still staying in Osun State as I take a gulp of some lime. Osun APC governorship primary lacks credibility, fairness, AREGBESOLA faction. A faction of the All Progressive Congress APC loyal to former Governor Rauf AREGBESOLA has condemned the party's governorship primary election in Osun State. In a statement by its spokesman, Abiodun Agbola, the faction alleged widespread irregularities in the exercise conducted by the Osun APC Primary Election Committee, led by Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara State. The Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak led Osun APC Primary Election Committee should know that the party primary lacks credibility and fairness, it said. It is necessary and important to inform the general public and Governor Abdul Rahman Abdulrazak led Osun APC Primary Election Committee of the ongoing irregularities in the conduct of the primary election of the All Progressive Congress APC in Osun State. We strongly condemn the conduct of the primary election because it is nothing but a sham with a fraudulent process to favor Governor Adegboyega Oyetola. Verified information from agents of Alhaji Moshood Adeoti, our governorship aspirant, has it that there are no record or result sheets in any of the 332 wards of the state. The APC conducted the primary election across the 332 wards in the state using the direct mode, which allows party members to choose the candidate of their choice. Governor Oyetola, who is seeking re-election for a second term, fell out recently with his predecessor and Minister of Interior, AREGBESOLA, who now supports a former secretary to the state government, SSG, Moshood Adeoti, a former deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, Lasun Yusuf, is also a contender in Saturday's exercise. According to Aregbesola's faction, there was no proper accreditation in a majority of the ward coalition centers where voting took place, and the accreditation done in some places were skewed in favor of Governor Oyetola as his supporters were allowed to pass through the process without much ado. It claimed that names of many members of the APC who wanted to vote for Adeoti were missing in the register of the party, adding that they had envisaged such by calling for the display of the party register before the conduct of the primary. The faction also alleged that appointees of the governor were used as coalition officers, which made the purported rigging plan of Oyetola an easy task. Loyalists and supporters of Adeoti are being chased, and some were brutally attacked in wards where they have a strong presence, it says. Oriade Oluronda Osogbo Odo Otin, Boripe and Ile-Ife are the worst of this act of intimidation and disenfranchisement. Where results of the elections were announced not recorded, the figures declared for Oyetola was highly inflated in the affected wards. INEC officials were noticeably absent in most of the wards to monitor the election. This is unacceptable. It is a shame that a sitting governor could resort to malpractices in his desperate bid to secure a second term. So on and on it goes, and on and on it will go. So on and on it goes, and on it will go. So let me just give you two more or maybe three more insertions in that space. So two or three more narratives in that space. Osun APC primaries, Aregbesola spanked at home. So this, of course, as you know, what makes this a story is the fight that Aregbesola had initiated with TINUBU using Osun State the battleground. So that is why I said Organa Master is essentially the lesson that Aregbesola is learning now, or a lesson he knew and forgot. So he's been reminded that Oga na still master. Oga na still master. Osun APC primaries. Aregbesola spanked at home. Rauf Aregbesola, the Interior Minister, who is backing Moshood Adeoti as governorship candidate, was defeated by proxy in Ward 8 Ilesha East local government area by Governor Boyega Oyetola. Aregbesola is an Ijesha man. In that ward, Adeoti scored 124 votes against Oyetola's 309 votes. In Ward 5, in Ire Podun local government area, the back of Lasun Yusuf, former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, who was also on the floor. His jaw dropped when only 10 people were online to vote for him. This was his base too. He faced two gladiators there, Oyetola and Nasaruddin. Babatunde Olateju, a past chairman. So, okay, so it goes to give us a detailed breakdown of what happened there. So let me just give you that little bit that I've already started. Babatunde Olateju, a past chairman, Ore Podun, local government area. He is right now a member of the Osun State legislature representing XYZ. Essentially, what is his name? Aregbesola defeated in his word is what that narrative is all about. So the sum total of it ends with this now headline. Aregbesola rejects outcome of Osun APC governorship primary, considers legal action. Minister of Interior Ralph Aregbesola has described the Osun governorship primary of the All Progressive Congress as a sham of an election. The former governor, in a statement issued by Shola Fasure, his media aide, asked his supporters not to be downcast. He said reports were being collated from members of his faction. Sorry, let me just refresh this. There's something that is overlapping this. There's something that is overlapping. So I'm just refreshing it. There seems to be. It's all these funny little websites. Just bear with me. Some gremlins in the works. Let's see if I can get rid of that. Okay. I might not be able to read this story because it seems to be. Bear with me one moment. No. All right. The sum total of it is that it looks as though let me yeah no because half of the page is chewed up by advertisements. But the headline would do: Aregbesola rejects outcome of Osun APC governorship primary, considers legal action. So one final story in the Aregbesola TINUBU Oyetola battle space, and then we move on. 2023 reveal TINUBU's secret now. Reno Omokri charges Aregbesola, so if you don't get your way, then smash the calabash. A former presidential aide, Reno Omokri, has charged the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, to expose the secret of the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, Bola Tinubu. Omokri charged the former governor of Osun State to reveal the name, age, and source of wealth of the former governor of Lagos State. The socio-political activist further stated that if he fails to reveal the secrets, Tinubu and the governor of Osun State, Oyetola, will grow stronger politically. Omokri stated this after Aregbesola's candidate, Moshood Adeoti, lost his word to the incumbent governor. The former presidential aide, in a Facebook post, said Tinubu and Oyetola will make life miserable for Aregbesola after the end of President Muhammadu Buhari's tenure. He wrote, "See how you have been disgraced by Tinubu and Oyetola in Osun. Now is the time for you to expose your godfather Tinubu. Tell the world his real name, his genuine age, and the secret behind his stupendous wealth. You know those secrets? Now spill the beans. Because if you remain silent now, Oyetola and Tinubu will grow politically stronger. And when Buhari goes in 2023, you will be naked with nobody to protect you. Imagine how miserable your life will be with Tinubu in Aso Rock and Oyetola in Oshogbo. They both know many secrets. Remember the Omi contracts and the allegations against your son, Kabiru. They will have the police, the EFCC, and the ICPC at their beck and call. Even if you run to London, you may receive the Ibori treatment. You see what I am doing to Buhari as hashtag tormentor, multiply that by a factor of 10. That is what they will do to you. So better talk now or be silenced after 2023. So the vultures circle, and there's nobody no more vulturous, if there's ever such a word, as a Reno Omokri. So there's nobody, so that's just a word that I think I've just invented there, more vulturous. I have to look that up to see if it's a real word. So there it is right there, the harshness and the cutthroatness of politics. So the harshness and the cutthroatness of politics. And as we go on to the next, bear with me 1 second. Un momento, por favor. So as we go on to the next talking point. So Serap, other NGOs working to destabilize Nigeria, the Owala from Kwara speaks. The federal government says many non-governmental organizations operating in Nigeria are working against the country's interest. Minister of Information and Culture LAI Mohammed stated this on Saturday when he featured on Radio Link, a program phone in. Let me start that entirely all over again. The federal government says many non-governmental organizations operating in Nigeria are working against the country's interest. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, stated this on Saturday when he featured on Radio Link, a phone-in program of the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. The minister said Nigerians should be circumspect about the activities of many NGOs, adding that the government was in receipt of reports that some of the NGOs were on the payroll of foreign agents, traducers with ulterior motives to destabilize Nigeria. The minister, and that, by the way, is usually the language that they start with before they declare you a terrorist organization and accuse you of treason. They'll say you're on the payroll of foreign agents. I think they did that with Shure, they did that with Nandekano, they did that with Igboho. So they say you're the payroll of foreign bodies and you're a traducer with ulterior motive. And your motive is to destabilize the country. And then they will declare you a terror organization and then they will charge you with treason. So TikTok for the non-governmental organizations within Nigeria. It carries on, he carries on, so let's carry on. The minister gave the example of the Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project SERAP, which sued the federal government when the activities of Twitter were suspended. There are many NGOs in Nigeria today that are not working for the interest of the people of the nation. Otherwise, why would SERAP, for instance, take the Nigerian government to court because it suspended the operations of Twitter, an entity that is a platform of choice for people working to destabilize the country? This, Twitter, is an entity that was not registered in Nigeria, did not employ any Nigerian directly, and not paying tax in spite of huge amounts of money it is making in Nigeria. The same SERAP, when we later had an agreement with Twitter, wrote to my office to ask for the details of the agreement, and we obliged it, he said. The minister queried the intention of SERAP in filing the suit, if not for ulterior motives. We understand that in every case being filed by some of these NGOs, they receive subventions for their we understand that in every case filed by some of these NGOs, they receive subventions from their donors and sponsors, and this should worry Nigerians. If you noticed, one of the fastest growing business today is NGO, and the country is full of all sorts of NGOs which are being funded for ulterior motives, he stressed. The minister also gave the example of Borno, where the governor, Babagana Zulum, complained of proliferation of NGOs in the state. He said the governor observed that some NGOs even leased office and paid for 10 years to 15 years as if they desired that the Northeast should be in perpetual turmoil. So the language of terror declaration, this is it, and the tool that they usually use, what is his name? LAI Mohammed. So TikTok, for the NGOs. TikTok for the NGOs, TikTok for terror, Pantami. So terror Pantami's professorship dodgy, inexplicable, FUTO alumni. The Alumni Association of the Federal University of Technology Owerri says appointing Communications Minister Issa Pantami as a FUTO professor is dodgy. This is contained in a statement co-signed by Kingsley Azuaru, National Secretary, and Ndubisi Chijioke, National President of the association. The association said the Academic Staff Union of Universities was right in advising FUTO management to reconsider the appointment. FUTO Alumni Association reaffirms her position that the professorship of Pantami was inappropriate. FUTO Alumni Association appreciates the national body of ASU and the local chapter for jointly condemning the appointment of Pantami as a professor in FUTO. It explained the NEC also considered the unresolved issue of the appointment of Dr. Issa Pantami as a professor at our alumni the NEC also considered the unresolved issue of the appointment of Dr. Issa Pantami as a professor at our alma mater and has taken note of the national ASU position. The statement added, the National Secretary therefore reaffirms FUTO's Alumni Association's position that Pantami's appointment was inexplicable and questionable. The association also mentioned that it was unfortunate that a group known as Alumni Elders planned to host FUTO management to dinner to declare support for the dodgy award. So the dollars continue to spread, is what is good. You see how Nigeria plays. It is a deception for FUTO alumni elders to deceive the public that the so-called reunion is being organized in conjunction with FUTO Alumni Association. So it just goes into their internal politics, but essentially they join in the rejection of Pantami as a professor. So now, leaving politics to go to the church, and you say maybe we're not even leaving politics at all. Any member of my church who goes for Big Brother will die, controversial preacher Mommy G.O. says. Fumilola Adebayo, controversial Nigerian evangelist nicknamed Mommy G.O., has said any member of her church that auditions for a reality TV show, Big Brother Niger, will die. Mommy Jiho's ministry, Rapture Proclaimer Evangelic Church, became popular and controversial in December 2021 when she began preaching about things that could make people go to hell. In one of her preachings, she revealed that Shah, an executive slash super agent of the highest form of darkness with Lucifer, and had sold guns and pushed cocaine with flying carpets not normal transport before she was arrested by Jesus Christ. So I'm not quite sure. So let me reread that because let me reread that. In one of her preachings, she revealed that Shas, that's SHAS. So she revealed that Shas, an executive slash super agent of the highest form of darkness with Lucifer, and had sold guns, pushed cocaine with flying carpet, not normal transport, before she was arrested by Jesus Christ. So if that makes sense, in fact, I'm going to copy that and paste it in the comment section. So don't think that that's what I don't know what that means. She mentioned that her beauty and sexy body shape was taken away from her when she became a born again Christian. Mommy G.O., who started her ministry 24 years ago, claimed she was born in Egypt, where she joined the military but died during a war and was initiated afterwards. From there, she claimed to have learned to speak fluently and other experiences as she stopped schooling at primary four. According to her, God called her to preach to people of the world to focus on heaven, but people hated her because she says secret about things people don't like to hear that will make them miss heaven. Sorry, I'm not quite sure even what I am reading. In one of her recent videos, she described Big Bro. I'm thinking maybe I should just abandon this, but let me just read it. It reads as weird as we are hearing it. So I'm not misreading anything. It reads as weird as you are hearing it. In one of her recent videos, she described Big Brother Niger show as demonic, adding that any child of God who watches the program will die. So this is it. Any child of God who watches the show will die. This is what this woman said. Any member of this church, any member of this church mistakenly or stupidly tries it, I will tell God to kill him on this stage. From there, he must go to mortuary. He wouldn't come back, he will die. I wouldn't even pay, I wouldn't even pray for repentance. It's death. Because if he comes back, another person will try it. Unless if Ananias and Sapphira did not die. Ananias and Sapphira did, I think that's a biblical quote. If those once died, then God will kill the person, she said. I think this woman might, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I think this woman might actually be more mentally disturbed, more dangerous than Johnson Suleiman. And that is quite a we're in big trouble in Nigeria, man. There's nowhere to turn to. And certainly don't turn in this direction. Presidency, Tinubu will use magic to fix Nigeria. Omodadi speaking, SANWO. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State has said Bola Tinubu, an All Progressive Congress APC presidential aspirant, will use a magic wand to fix Nigeria's problem if elected in 2023. Sanwo-Olu said Tinubu knows the issues plaguing the country, hence has the solution. Speaking in Lagos yesterday, the governor said Nigerians should give the APC national leader a chance to be president next year. He urged lawmakers in Lagos State to work towards ensuring that Tinubu becomes Nigeria's next president. He said, Tinubu knows the issue plaguing our nation like the back of his hand, and he has the magic wand to fix it. So, because of our apex leader, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, it is time for us to take Lagos to Nigeria's agenda. That is why I am calling on all of us to ensure that we do everything we can do politically and otherwise to ensure that we can help to activate and actualize the next president of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So there it is, the man with the golden gun, according to Omodadi. So we land finally on this, and then we'll see if there's anybody ready to take it on. So Tinubu for the presidency, but it looks as though Osinbajo back to his chambers. Petition to make Osinbajo run for president fails to garner 500 signatures in 24 hours. A petition seeking to compel Vice President Yemi Osinbajo to run for president has failed to garner 500 signatures in 24 hours. The petition on change.org titled Encourage VP Yemi Osinbajo to run for president of Nigeria in 2023 was started by Obiyi Onyemachi. It was started by Obiyo Onyemachi. It urged Nigerians to add their voices in order for it to be featured on the website's recommendation page. In 2023, Nigeria will be conducting its most consequential elections yet. The election will be defined by clear issues: coexistence, security, the economy, and human development. It reads in the petition's description box. The leader who emerges in 2023 will have challenges like no other in the history of our nation. In 2023, therefore, we will also be choosing what kind of person and generation to lead the country into a challenging future. This petition, which finally passed the 500 signatures mark after 26 hours and currently had 514 signatures as of the time of filing this report, marks the latest show of support for Mr. Osinbajo's presidential aspirations. A similar petition launched by a group called Concerned Citizens of Nigeria has yet to hit the 5,000 signature despite being launched 4 weeks ago. In January, correspondents reported that Mr. Osinbajo had informed President Muhammad Buhari of his intention to run for president in 2023. This move by the vice president saw the birth of multiple support groups and endorsements by political elites. Philip Shaibu, Edo deputy governor, had publicly praised Mr. Osinbajo in January. You have Edo State. You have us on your side. In 2023, we the young men will mobilize ourselves and take our destiny in our hands by the grace of God. We will have our own, as the president, Mr. Shaibu said. Mr. Osinbajo has continued to delay public announcement of his ambition, fueling speculation he could be afraid of challenging Bola Tinubu, his political godfather, who had already declared an interest and is now seen as the frontrunner for the ruling APC's presidential ticket. So it looks as though now there's no popularity there for Osinbajo to hinge anything on. So that's been the readout, but it looks as though there's nobody here to take it on. So I'll leave it here. Carry the conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.